Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to you all, wherever you are. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. It's back. It's time for another Late Night Lilywhite, the show I love the most, the show we're going to build up on this channel more than ever. Well, as you know, this show is all geared by what you want to talk about. What I will say is, on top of my title or the description being Spurs Medical Team are a joke, where are the goals coming from, Xavi's horrific injury, since I programmed and booked this in straight after Tottenham on Tour and the Coffee Company's dual stream this morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world, we have now had news that Mawani could have had a knock and might not be available. Now, listen, I think he's abysmal and he's been pathetic, but we are only down to two available forwards in Richarlison and Tell and Kudus. And I'm gonna make sure I phrase this right. Where are we? Let's have a look. Where was it? Ben sent it to me. Where was it? Ben from We Are Tottenham TV sent me this. Update on Kudus. He's opted against taking the club's advice to undergo surgery. There are fears he could be out for a very long time if he does undergo surgery. So, we've had that happen as well. So, as I said to Ben, I would rather take babysitting advice off of Prince Andrew rather than listening to our medical team. This club is an absolute shit show. And just when you think it can't get worse, guess what? Somehow, some way, they find to do it. They find a way. So let's enjoy the show. There's 14 of you here now. Hopefully there'll be more people joining. And let's do this. So we are going to start with my man Russell in Australia. Big up to you, brother. Yeah, listen, I'm back with a vengeance. I'm going Twitter nuts. I'm going YouTube nuts on the shows I do go on, because the football will take whatever will be this season. But where we are right now is solely down to horrible ownership, incompetent board, past, present, and the longer they stay, the future. And I will just go for what I can do. I will just do what I can do, along with others, to highlight the shit that we've had to go through. But big up to you, Nathaniel. How are you, buddy? Mate, honestly, the medical team, there was a stat that came out that we haven't gone 2 weeks without an injury since March 2023. But yet we keep burning medical teams. We keep trying to get them via LinkedIn rather than speaking to the top professionals, where we send our players to have their operations and asking if they know people that are ahead of their field. World-class stadium, world-class training facility, but absolute lower league people making the decisions. It's incredible. It's incredible. I'll bring up later on a couple of pictures I've got about our injuries. Big up, Brandon. Big up, matey. I hope you're good. Alpesh, big up to you. I hope you're good. Yep, we got the win. We can talk about it. We were all doing, if you were here on Thursday, I think we did the second one, Wednesday and Thursday, and we did the five stages of grief. And a lot of us were at 5. And I can see Jonathan in a couple of comments. I think he was I think he may have been at 1 or 2. But I think to tell you the truth, we say a win, but somehow we've come off worse off because we didn't gain points with anyone. Got Xavi's injury, got Solanke's injury, possibly Mawani. We don't know how bad it is or how long for. And that first half display, I don't know how you guys felt. You see West Ham, you see Forest and Leeds going for it, non-stop, relentlessly going for it. And we were so lethargic, so mundane, no desire, hunger, or passion or fight, and we were playing like we were 12th mid-table and safe. It was woeful. I mean, the whole game was woeful. Thank God for Paulinho, and I can't see right now where goals come from, apart from set pieces, or if we get a penalty. Mike Zappa, big up to you, brother, all the way in London. I hope you're good and the family are good, mate. Mate, honestly, I don't understand why even when Xavi is in absolute agony, and they are saying, run it off and see if you can. No other, mate. Literally, we don't know if that's done more damage or anything, but you don't ask a player to do that. What have we learned from Bentancur's injuries? But they finally used a stretcher, so there's something there. But I've got no idea what the physio team was doing, mate. No idea. But I hope you are well. The thing is, Jonathan, big up to you and good evening to you, my man. I hope you're good and well. All the players that are coming back, I'll bring this up 1 second. The first share screen of the day, 1 second, because we were talking about this. I was talking about it with Ben Daniel, and we're like, I don't think it can happen. And then we had, where is it? Enoch out. Here we go. Let me find this bit. Where is it? Here we go. Let me share the screen now. Let me share the screen just so we can see that is not a chance in hell of happening. Share screen. Share screen. I'll read it out to you guys, but you'll all be able to see it. A player whose standard loan expires or terminates at the end of the season of the transferee club, but prior to the completion of the league matches of his transferor club, where the player is from, will not be eligible to play in any remaining league matches for us. So any player that we try and bring back, or that comes back after the season finishes, they will not be able to feature for us during the closing day parts of the season. Mate, Alfie Devine and Will Lancashire would have been lovely to see back, but unfortunately, no can do. Good to see you as well, Alex. I think something is going on with our training recovery habits and the retractable pitch, but also, yeah, I think we spoke about this, Alex, and I hope you're good, buddy. We spoke about this on the show today. Do I think the refs have made some bad decisions this season? Yes. Yes, I do. Do I think something is wrong with the training and medical? Yes. Yes, I do. Do I think the pitch, obviously at home, we've seen what's happened, and on the training ground, they've got it to resemble? Yes. But let's not get it twisted. We are where we are because the league, as we all say normally, the league table doesn't lie. We have had horrific recruitment. We have bought players that aren't good enough. And that's why we are where we are. I think all the other things have got a slight contribution, but the way people are going now, the referee decisions, and remember, if it had been penalties or free kicks or whatever, or red cards, doesn't mean that we automatically get the 3 points and would have won those games or picked up points. It's all coulda, woulda, shoulda. We are where we are because of absolutely horrific recruitment, medical, you name it. We're just, but that I can understand them being a slight factor. And I don't know if you saw Real Madrid now launching a full investigation to why they're picking up injuries so much, and they've got the retractable pitch like us. We won't do anything. We'll wait for we'll wait till it releases what they say and go, oh, maybe that's an issue, or we'll put a post out in LinkedIn, say part-time gardener needed to assess pitch, rather than going for the top draw people to deeply have a deep dive into it. Does it got Alpesh for Kudus have street medical teams? Mate, God knows what's going on. God knows with Kudus. Remember, Kudus is only going to be a slight knock. Just a slight knock. He'll be back soon. Then he was back, and the next day He's gone again. Go big up, Mr. Mashina Joe, my friend. Big up to you. Hope all is well. And this summer, we'd have to do a thorough investigation. Oh, mate, Jonathan, we need so many investigations about the incompetence levels. Remember this happened last season with Levy and all this stuff came out? Well, I think they only scratched the surface. A load of deep diving will need to be done. Big up, Paul Brown, buddy. Big up to you. Mate, this is what it is. This is what this show is all about. It's not a curse. It's not the pitch. It's the people that got spot on, Jonathan. Spot on. Spot on, buddy. You're stage 3. You're stage 3. Yeah, look, I think the results that haven't gone our way have also contributed. We are running out of time. And now the injuries, mate. The injuries are shocking. It's bad. It's not good. Good morning to you, Mr. Zappa. Good evening to you, Dio. I love it. Good morning. Good evening. That's the beauty of this show and the time zones we're crossing. Mate, let's have some questions as well. Remember, guys, this doesn't just have to be Spurs related. This could be asking me questions, asking the chat questions, and we'll all have a bit of fun together. I do have interest in hockey. Do you know what? When I was at primary school back home, and primary school for people that don't live in England are from when you have infants, then primary, then what Americans or North Americans say high school. So you're in primary school from the ages of about 7 to 11. And then you go 11 to 12 into high school. My second grade primary school teacher, they all do it now, so year 6, so 7, 6, 5, 4. My grade 4 teacher was someone that was called Miss Mitrova, and she didn't like me. For some reason, I was a good boy then, I promise you. But she just didn't like me. I don't know what it was. Anyway, we had parents' evening, and it actually worked out that my dad went to school with her. So she ended up loving me afterwards. All the stuff she took from me, I used to flick rubbers or anything like erasers for the North Americans. She gave it all back to me, took it all back. But the reason I say that, her husband was actually the Winter Olympic around the 80s goalkeeper, netminder, whatever it's called, for the Czechoslovakian national team. And he used to play for a team in England called the Lee Valley Lions. So I used to go watch it. It moves so fast that I could not keep up. When I've come here and you live in Toronto and you're with a Toronto-born wife and family, you have no choice. You have absolutely no choice but to be interested in hockey. It still moves so fast for me. I've been to a couple of the exhibition games where the retired people, like the Hall of Fame kind of thing. I love it when Toronto's doing well, and I try and watch it when they are in the playoffs and everything. But this year, absolutely fucking shocking. He can. It's not. He's done it, but it's not his preferred position. And in all honesty, if Mwani is out, it's got to be Richie in the centre. I'd rather Tell on the left. It's who do we play on the right? Because Tell looks a lot better on the left. But maybe that is the way to do it. Bill, my brother. Sorry, I didn't get back to your voice notes. Bill, I'm so sorry, brother. It has been non-stop. I will get back to you tomorrow, Geezer. I do apologise, my man. I do apologise, but I hope you're good. Brian, it's all mental attitude and application. We don't have the marbles to play the beauty. Spot on. You know what, Jonathan? The thing is, I don't want him back. And you know what? One of the reasons is obviously the ordeal that he had to go through, and he hasn't been right since, and he's had a few games, but there'll be so much pressure on us, and I don't want anything to rock the boat with him personally and out of his life. And I think it's as much as he was brilliant for 2 of the years that he was there, like untouchable. I just don't think we're getting the same Dele Alli back. It's like people saying, oh, we've got to play James Maddison now. It's like, no, we don't. No, we don't. He's not fit. He's not ready. He can either come back and do really, really well, or he's not match fit. He's not up to the intensity, the speed, and him not being match fit and tiring early or coming on could be an absolute hindrance and liability over a positive thing. So yeah, he's nowhere at the moment. I think he has been training after he did his interview when he came on at half time. I think he has, or before the game, I can't remember when it was. I think he has been training at Spurs, but I think it's way too bad for him, or too late to bring him back. But I get the sentiment, 100%, Jonathan. Big up, my brother Curly. Big up to you, brother. I hope you're good and well. Yes, we are. There's no getting away from it. Yes, we are. That is as stage one as you can get, Jonathan. That is as stage one as you can get. Could you imagine he just comes back to save us? Not that we can do it, but it would be, mate, if there were to be miracles, that would be one. Do you know what? Thank you very much. Please do hit the likes. And I honestly thought you said for our Gary Daigle, that is my dad. But then I realised you said our Guy Daigle. Thank you, Curly. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you all for your support, guys. Levy, we said we were missing when he's gone. Yeah, do you know what? What I don't get, Nathaniel, is the amount of people going, Levy wouldn't have allowed this to happen. And the only thing he would have changed is sacking Frank earlier. He wouldn't have backed him, whoever was in charge. He wouldn't have given him the funds necessary to get us out of trouble. The only thing that Levy would have done differently is sack Frank earlier. That's it. That's it. Be on end all. Mashina Joe. I don't know who treats Spurs ACL injuries, but Perisic was treated in Austria. His ACL was horrendous. Perfect. Yeah, you mentioned that today. It's mate. None of it makes any sense. And let me bring up these, Joe. Let's see. Let me get these images up. Let's have the second share. But let me find where they are right now. So let me find these images. Let me find them, ladies and gentlemen, and we will go from there. My God, we send a lot of messages, me and Craig, every day. Let's have a look. Let me do it the other way. Let me go into my Enoch Out group. Enoch Out. Where are they? One picture. And there's the second picture there. Yeah, brilliant. So I can do it here. Okay. So let me share this screen with you guys, and then let me see if you could see it clear. Share screen. I'm going to come back to you guys in a second because it'll go to my WhatsApp screen. Let's see how clear it is. All right, you can't. Okay, 1 second. How to zoom in on image on Apple Mac. Zooming in, double clicking the photo. No. Option, command. Command and the zoom in. Okay. So command. There we go. Right. Let's see if that comes up better for you, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, I'll scroll. Now I know that you can see it better. Let's go through the image. So, whoops. So, long-term ACL. This is just this season. Xavi, Wilson, Maddison, Dragusin, and Kulusevski. Well, Dragusin was last season, but he's been out for it. Muscle injuries. Hamstring soft tissue. Richarlison, Pedro Porro, Rodrigo Bentancur, Kudus, Destiny. Knee injuries. Bissouma, Romero. Surgical post-op. Vicario, Davies, Solanke. Other injuries. Oh, now I'm going to have to go back because it won't let me zoom in. Pape Matasar's shoulder injury. Lucas Bergval, ankle sprain. But now let's go on to the next one. This is the amount of days players have been out. So, whoops. So, Xavi Simons has already missed 2, and then, or that's going to be more. This season, we have had Xavi, Pabmatasar, Paulinho Vicario, Archie Gray, Spence, Mawani, Porro, Richarlison, Scarlett, Oudbe, Bergvall, Bentancur, Odoji, Kudus, Takai, Solanke, Basuma, Kulusevski, and Madison all miss out because of injuries this season. Not bad, eh? Not bad for this bloody football club. Big up, Javier. Big up, Javier. I hope you're good, buddy. Nathaniel drops the hammer with that. That's mic drop with that one. You're bang on, actually. But also, what I will say, the only difference, obviously, they don't train on one as well. When I say retractable pitch, Spurs have made the pitch the same grass and everything on the main training pitch that is on the pitch, but obviously not the retractable parts. But you're absolutely bang on. You're absolutely spot on, and I never thought of it that way. Richie, apparently I haven't... Oh, don't say Richie. Richie, I haven't heard anything. Although he has come off the bench against Sunderland, Brighton, and obviously Wolves. So I don't know if he's carrying a knock that he can't play the full 90. But apparently today it's coming out that Mawani has got something, but they just haven't said what it is or how long it's for. Let's just hope Richie... This is the thing. Like I said, one of the titles, where are the goals coming from, people? Where, in God's name, from open play, are Spurs getting these goals? Because I can't think of a single person that's going to chime in with the amount of goals that we need to keep us up. I just can't see it. Why do you think... Mate, they all do. Mate, Kulusevski went to Barcelona. None of them want the medical team. None of them want to be done with the medical team. I'm surprised Spurs players actually pass their medicals. Or they pass their medicals because they can just walk and breathe. Because that's all you need to be a Spurs player at the moment, Jonathan. It's insane, isn't it? Schalke has a retractable pitch much longer than Spurs. And bloody hell, I didn't know that. Mashina Joe, I actually didn't know that, buddy. I didn't know that at all. Nathaniel, where are you if you're saying afternoon? Though you've got the Chicago Bears hat or Chicago Cubs. So I'm guessing you're in Chicago, which I believe is an hour difference to us or Toronto or 2. Anyway, whatever part of the day it is, all good. Hope good afternoon / evening / morning to you. The modern day game of football as it stands now, each individual are built differently to develop a specimen, should be treated as one-to-one. True, mate. That's a good angle to look at, but I just don't understand what's going on with this football club and our medical team. I have been in denial that we are going down, but after this weekend with West Ham, that we aren't going down. I'm getting very nervous. Have we run out of time? Yeah, I honestly think we have. I honestly think we have run out of time, but time will tell. And like you said, it doesn't. If West Ham keep picking up points, then there's nothing we can do, even if we match them. We just got to make sure if they draw or lose that we just have to win. I think Forest are out of it, but with Europe, who knows? Regardless of the outcome this season, I've never been to the Tottenham Stadium, so I'm planning a trip to see a match. Is Mother Hubbard's the best chippy nearby, or is there better for a fish dip? Mate, what you need to do, there's a rite of passage, brother. If you go to a Spurs match, and especially as a tourist, you have to go to Chick King. You have to go to Chick King. It's a rite of passage, unless you don't eat, you're pescatarian or anything like that, Jonathan. But you can't go to Spurs if you're a carnivore and eat meat or poultry, whatever, and not go to Chick King. Do you know what? I wouldn't even know about the fish and chips there anymore. I remember when I used to go to the old Tottenham Stadium. I'm talking in the 90s. Outside the stadium, just by where one of the Spurs small shops used to be. There used to be a fish and chip shop. I don't know what's there now. It'll be part of the new stadium. But that we're talking back in the 90s. But yeah, you have to go to Chick King, buddy. You have to go to Chick King. Who knows, buddy? Who knows? That's quack, quack, quack. Brian, can we spend money on players for 2 games? If that no. We can't. The only chance we can sign players now, if there are emergencies, well, we say that with our strikers, but no, I mean, there'll probably be the youngsters, and I mean the youngsters that are still here. Was one of our LinkedIn docs the guy that let Lindsay Onsky, oh God, wouldn't put it past him. I would, mate, I wonder, who knows, buddy? Who knows? No, there was an actual advert, mate. We've done it before. Let me open LinkedIn. Let me go to LinkedIn. Where is it? I have it. Here we go. Let me just open up LinkedIn, Jonathan, as we speak. Let me type in Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Let's jobs. See all jobs. So let's see. Right, I'm going to share my screen again. This is not a joke or anything, Jonathan. This is Tottenham's official LinkedIn. Share screen, LinkedIn. Let's see how this comes up. Okay, let me zoom in again now that I know how to. Command. Okay, so all these you can. Men's first team lead psychologist. Where is it as well? Oh no, they might have found someone for the medical. If I go back into posts, let's go back into posts. Home. Oh, post. Here we go. So let's have a look. That's the Brighton match. That's Danso. That's. Oh, we're looking for a lead sports psychologist in the women team as well. The North East and Yorkshire recruitment leader. Where was the one about medical? Health and wellbeing executive. Football finance manager on LinkedIn. Let's look for the other ones because there has been ones for medical. Partnership activation lead. There we go. Head of video. Oh my God, these positions. But there was one. There has been multiple for medical. The women's PGA physical performance coach. Let's see. Just scroll down a few more and see if we can find the medical team one. Sales manager, academy driver, first line engineer, motion designer. When is this dated? 2 months ago. Okay, so we'll go just women's first team doctor. And I think I'll leave it there, but I think you get the gist, Jonathan. We apply for lots and lots of people via LinkedIn, as you do. Yep. Look, the whole team is bloody cursed. I know that someone who created that photo put that there. I don't agree with it, but it's just the banter. What the hell is the Prez, my brother, doing up at 2:30 in the morning? That's very unlike him. Big up, my brother Nathan. I hope you're good, brother. I hope you're good. Yep, mate. Manor Solomon. Injured most of his first season at Spurs. Goes to Leeds. Goes everywhere. No injuries whatsoever. Yep, mate. I don't think even an exorcist will. They go there and go. You're beyond help, mate. You're beyond help. What academy players could help us? Mate, there's only the ones that have really been on the bench. I normally am really up with looking at the youth coming through and everything. I really used to pay attention. But last season and this season, do you know what? It's like I'll talk Tottenham when I have to. But I try just not to talk about it all the time and look at other things because it's just so depressing and soul destroying right now. We have to focus on exactly, brother. Exactly. I love Chicken. Chick King is the place there. Yeah, mate. I'm telling you now, the Bricklayers Arms, as good of a pub as it is, the pub you need to go to is my pub, or I say my pub. The pub you'll always find me in. The pub I always talk about. One that's got great atmosphere, great lads, great landlord is the Coach and Horses. The Coach and Horses, which is a little bit further on the other side of the road, a little bit further down if you're walking away from the stadium. But that's the pub to be. And Jonathan, depending on what goes on in the summer, I could be coming back to London to protest. So what we will do, buddy, is if we can coordinate that it works in the same time, that would be absolutely fucking awesome. That would be awesome. mate, honestly, it's just so bad. Not required. So true. Did anyone see Jack Grealish sleeping in the alfresco section in the early hours of the morning after a heavy night? No, but Jack Grealish is a legend. Jack Grealish is a lad. He's a proper lad. Yup, Coach and Horses, buddy. Coach and Horses pub in Tottenham is where to be. The Bricklayers has got a reputation, and a lot of people obviously talk about it. But I am definitely in favour of the Coach and Horses. The Coach and Horses, and there's another pub I love at Tottenham, which is the Beehive. But the Beehive is the other way, going to Seven Sisters, and it's about a 20-minute walk from the stadium, which is great for soaking up the atmosphere, getting to the ground. But then it goes silent when you get near the ground because you can't make noise outside the stadium nowadays. Can't make noise inside the stadium nowadays. But the Coach and Horses is a cracking pub. It's very old-fashioned inside. It's got a very small little pubby area. But then you as you turn in, you turn right, and it has got a massive, humongous, long outside bit that's got a roof over most of it. But right at the back, it's open, and it's a great atmosphere in there. Yeah, we can't do anything about it. We can't bring any in, mate. We can't bring anyone in for the rest of this season. But don't worry, we're lining up has-beens that are past it and leaving their current clubs for free, ready for next season, because we don't want to spend money. But don't worry, things are going to be different this window. Guys, I don't know what to say when it comes to this football club anymore. I just don't. There's just absolutely nothing. I can't wait for this to be over. One sec, guys. I'm just going to turn the fan on in here because it's bloody warm. There we go. Fan on. We're just in a really bad place. So, guys, if you want to talk about anything about the good old days or away from football or carry on with football, like I said, this show is governed by you lot, you wonderful people. So we'll talk anything. All this, yeah, exactly, Javier. This is what Tottenham do. Have you seen that hardly any other club are talking about making moves? Not even the teams that know they're staying up or whatever. Nothing. Keeping everything close to their chest. And Spurs think that these people are going to get people excited and not detract or deflect from the fact that we are in an absolute shit show of a mess. Big up, buddy, all the way in North Carolina. We've heard things are different for a year, for a couple of... Spot on, buddy. This is what we hear every year. Don't worry, this year they've learned from their mistakes. It's going to be different. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They're going to do... And then it never, ever happens. Yet sections of this fan base are like, oh, no, something will be different. But something will be different. Things will get better. And correct, the game changer. Do you remember we needed this new stadium to be able to pay the big wages and sign the Champions League players and compete with the big boys? I didn't know they were talking about the big boys in the Championship. Yep, and don't forget there was one today that we are looking to go to Rangers for 34-year-old James Taverner. So all things are good, mate. 34-year-old James Taverner to add to Robertson, who is leaving Liverpool because they can't guarantee him first football, and they've got the best out of him. Senesi, I understand and get. I think Senesi could be a very good signing, and that's a free contract because he hasn't signed a new contract. That I get. But the fact that this is what we're being linked with within Robertson and Tavernier just shows how poor things are. Mate, so I'm not big on NBA. I was here when the Raptors won the NBA, and my God, it was mad. I knew that they were in and they were playing the Cavaliers. Are they still in it? Toronto Raptors playoff score. Playoffs score. Have we gone out or are we still in? Oh, it's 2-2. It's 2. Oh, no, this was... Wait a minute. Yesterday... Yeah, they went 2-0 up, the Cavaliers, and now we've just equalised it. So, yeah, the Raptors are still in it. So, I'm going Raptors, buddy. I'm going, come on, the Raptors. Come on, the Raptors. I'm not a huge basketball fan. I did love, do you remember, I can't remember what his actual real name is, but the guy that was called White Chocolate, mate, that guy with his assists and passing and tricks was incredible. And I've watched so many times Save the Last Dance, and I love watching stuff on Jordan just because how great he was. But big fan of Kobe. Bless him. God rest his soul. But I don't watch it. I don't really watch it. So I'd love to go to a game, but I've got to stay true, John. I've got to stay true, Jonathan. Raptors all the way. Raptors all the way. Mate, there's going to be a lot of spicy ties. Football banter we've got to love. Whether it's, we all laugh at those songs. I don't know if you saw what Coventry fans were singing to Wrexham at the weekend. I think it was Wrexham. They were singing, we're going to Arsenal, you're going Spurs. We're going Arsenal, you're going Spurs. Because obviously, if Wrexham don't get up with the playoffs, then you got it. We become a banter club. Thank you. I don't know why I just skipped a few, but it was Mike Williams. What a player! If people don't like basketball or whatever, but want to appreciate, like, the guy that's king of the assists and the kind of off his elbow and behind the... This guy is poetry in motion. Poetry in motion. The big boys playing against Brady's Birmingham. Mate, honestly, I'd rather let the kids play, except, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that, Jalen. I'm with you on that. There we go. Back to Mike Williams. Yeah, listen, Mike, I think you met at the Coaching Horses, funnily enough, that we're just saying to Jonathan. I don't know. Yeah, Craig, you would have met class where I was going. Craig, one of my very, very closest mates I speak to every single day, Craig, he's got his season ticket and he's refusing to renew it. And I'm sure many others are, but I don't know. But they're still asking him to pay £1,900. They're like, can you... And there's weekly, I think weekly or twice a week, they're sending emails saying, the link here for your season ticket renewal is open. If you wish to keep, please They're absolute relentless bastards. They're absolute relentless bastards. And they don't even know what league we're going to be in, yet they're charging this price. And Wolves have slashed everything by 25%. And obviously they're outside London. God knows what Spurs will do, but I think the season ticket price will be reduced, but 25%, I'll be amazed if it was as much as that. And then the fans will go nuts. The fans, or you'd hope the fans will go nuts. They're probably, oh yeah, it's fine, no problem. Just we'll pay that. I have a feeling we're going to, mate. Honestly, a user, it's not a feeling, mate. I guarantee it. They'll be like, listen, you haven't played all season. You're not going to the World Cup. Forget your health. Forget your not being match fit. We need you. I guarantee they are doing that already for Villa. I guarantee they're putting him through his paces now. And I think it could be an absolute pathetic thing to do and putting him on the line. And remember, if we go down, we're going to have to get rid of some of these big wages. And I think Maddison would go back to Coventry to finish his career at his hometown club. But if he gets injured like a Xavi and we can't get rid of him, we're in big, big problems. But Spurs don't think about things like that. They'll deal with the consequences later and realise they fucked up. Where are we? I'd actually look Spurs versus Wrexham. I can understand that completely. If we are in the Championship and they are in the Championship, that will be one of the sellout games. You won't be able to get a ticket for Wrexham. That's for damn sure away. That's for damn sure. Jonathan, I don't know if you belong to any international fan clubs. As in Spurs international fan clubs, because getting tickets, if you have an official membership, it's what happens with Toronto, and I'm sure other ones around the world. If you have a membership at Toronto Spurs, you like some people do, and you have one Hotspur membership or whatever the hell it's called now, you will get a ticket. They give you the games and what you've got to apply by, and you get a ticket at home. I don't know what it's like for all the other clubs. I think it would be the official supporters clubs. So I'd look into that. Breaking news: Spurs linked to Spanish international right back at on a free shot. Oh God, good. Oh mate, what? Just there you go. Free transfer. Free transfer. In fact, mate, honestly, right here, right now, he walks into this football club, and that's saying something. That is saying something. Brian Hill walks into this football club. What will happen to Xavi's wages? Well, apparently, it's not obviously been confirmed, and the club have come out and said it. It's just been rumours. The Levy did put 50% wage cuts. Should we go down? But there's been nothing official to say, yep, this is true. Everyone goes down to 50%. And you got to remember, in the Championship, they have, like what we have FFP in this league, we have they have it in the Championship, and we will be way, 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 way above budget. And right now, if you look at it, with Xavi, Maddison, and Kulu out, just those three, that is 500 grand a week, approximately, in wages, just on injured players and just on the creative players. That's not even some Championships team wage bill for the month. The entire team, let alone a week. We will be screwed. They will put out 1 billion%. 1 billion%. And Mike, do you know what it is? It's not that they have no shame. It's not that anymore. It's because every year the fans swallow it. Or sorry, sections of the fan base swallow it. They know they can keep doing this shit. And they know, apart from the minority, no one will stand up to them. Look what Liverpool did on Saturday with the yellow cards. They're currently reigning not for much longer, Premier League champions. The FSG group has given them every single trophy available in football for Liverpool. They have bought and invested heavily in quality players, and they're protesting for a host of reasons. It's just madness. It's madness. They don't put up with it. They act. Spurs just sit there and just allow this to happen. And that's why they keep doing it, because they keep getting away with it. It happens with us Spurs too, as long as you... Exactly. There you go. So it's the same with you, Xavi. Xavi, where exactly in Australia are you, mate? Because I know there's quite a few international official supporters clubs. Yeah, you've got to have a CRN and then link to a official supporters club. I need to get a One Hotspur membership. Can I get the one ticket with it? Do you know what? Let me ask the chairman of Toronto Spurs, Jonathan, and find out what the deal is with that. I mean, right here, right now, for non-season, or if you've got a season ticket, you can actually apply. Things have been so bad in some games, you can apply for up to 4 tickets on a CRN because they're trying to get rid of it. So it may be one membership will get you and a +1. Or let me look into that for you. Or Xavier may be able to tell you. Javier may be able to tell you. Kinski, Spence, VDV, Big Kev, Porro, Benson Core, Biss, Gallagher, Tell Richie. Anyone on the right is a way forward. The one thing I would do, in all honesty with you, Jelim, is I'd swap Biss for Paulinho. I think Benson Core has been very, very, very impressive since he's come back. Like, really impressive. Better than I thought he would. But I don't think Biss has really done anything. I really don't. And I think Paulinho at least guarantees you, or not guarantees you, but you got the goal threat. At least you know what he's going to do. And then Gallagher could be a bit more advanced. The other way, I was talking about it with Ben and Simeon on Sunday, is because we need to do something different than what we did against Wolves. An attack. Do we just play a Benson Core and then go Gallagher and Bergvall as two? So rather than the double pivot being defensive, the double pivot be more advanced. But now with Mwani maybe picking up an injury, who the hell knows? Who knows what we're going to do? Yeah, we have to hope that, mate. Who knows? Who knows? Because he came after. Did he come after? No, was he still with? I can't remember. Was Levy still with us? I can't remember, mate. It's been so long. I can't remember. So long. I just can't remember. But not exactly. Exactly. Well, I think he might have agreed to it because back then, even then when he signed, there was just no. You just wouldn't put it into thought that Spurs were going to get relegated. You just wouldn't have thought it. So it's kind of like you'd sign it. You'd be like, yeah, just Spurs aren't going down. There's no way Levy didn't, mate. Who knows with this? He'd be so up himself that this would never happen. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out when it goes down. When we find out we've got no money for transfers because X, Y, and Z. We'll see. It's going to be a problem for the champ. Yep, correct. Man U players have clause in the contract that if they don't play, if they do not qualify for the champ. Wow, mate, really? Really? I don't know about that one personally, but if you say so. Sydney, got you, brother. Rob Palmer, well, Canada has multiple time zones. Where I am right now, it's 10 to 10. Where Scott M is in Calgary, it is 10 to 8. And then all the way down to the West Coast, it's 3 hours behind. But right here on East Coast, Eastern Standard Time, it is 10 to 10 in the evening. Spurs, okay, I don't, gotcha. We used to have Spurs Canada, which covered all of it. But Toronto Spurs had the biggest following. And also there used to be with ours, we pay 25. I think it's actually gone up to 30 now because we make kids free rather than $10. So we pay £30 a season. Doesn't go to the club. It goes in Tottenham Hotspur. It goes into Spurs Canada or Spurs Toronto now. But we used to have all these things, and then we used to try and arrange Christmas parties or days where we'd pick up the tab for people's breakfast off a set menu. And then there always became a massive, not a divide, but trying to get times to meet people to arrange things and whatever, and then decide where the money should go and who should have the bigger budget for parties became such a thing that me and a few people who were on the board at Toronto, Spurs Canada, said, do you not think we should just break up into provinces or cities or whatever? And everyone agreed. So now we have Toronto Spurs, we have Vancouver Spurs, which is the next biggest one. I can't remember if there's a Calgary Spurs or Alberta Spurs. I can't remember. But there's a few groups that want to kind of splinter off now and do more. But I can understand. But Australia's a massive, massive one to do. But each to their own. Odds that if we go down, we come back up next season. I think there's a lot of fans, Jonathan, that say, do you know what? We go straight back up. We go straight back up. We don't. We don't. It's going to be a massive culture shock. The amount of players we'll lose, the quality that they'll try and bring in. And let's face it, every player we normally get rid of, we downgrade. Or we take 4 or 5 times of buying the wrong player to find the right one. I don't think we come up straight away. I don't think it'll be like 10, 15 years or 5 years. I think we'll come up within 3. But I don't think it'll be 1 year. I really don't. I don't even put it this way. If we go down, I don't even think we make the playoffs next season. I really don't. I really don't think we come out first time. Thank you, mate. I'll look into that. I will look into that for you tomorrow. In fact, let me text the chairman of Toronto Spurs right now whilst I'm on the phone to you. Actually, let's see if he'll answer the phone. Let's see if he'll answer the phone. I'm your agent here, Jonathan. Let me see what I can do. Let's see if he answers the phone. Let's see if he answers the phone. Let's have a look. Let's see if he answers. Let's see if he answers.
You reached the voicemail of Matt Frank.
Nope.
Unfortunately, I can't take your call right now, so please leave me a detailed message with your name and the right number to call you back at, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.
At the tone, please record your message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options.
Matt, my brother, and the only chairman Spurs related that I love and adore. Quick question for you. If someone becomes a Spurs member and they're a member of an official supporters club, if they want to buy more than one ticket with a CRN, do they need to, let's just say it's a husband and wife or father and son or whatever the combination is, do they need 2 CRN numbers and 2 official memberships, or can you get more than one ticket with 1 member and 1 CRN? Let me know. I'm live on YouTube right now, just talking all things Spurs. Get back to me when you can. Love ya. Bye-bye. Right. Your question, I'm waiting for the answer, Jonathan. As soon as I have it and see you on the chat, we will touch base. In fact, Jonathan, send me an email me, because you're one of the guys I'd love to keep in touch with outside of live chats. Let me just ping my email in there. Send me an email, Jonathan. I'd love to keep in touch with you, just not always on chats. In fact, if we swap numbers, oh, the coffee's really kicking in right now. I can tell you that. Jonathan, no, I haven't got your number. Yeah, email me, Jonathan, bro. At Rob Palmer, Canada has 6 time zones. Exactly. I was 5 minutes later in answering the question. I wouldn't be upset to see Bentancur as associate captain next season. Bentancur, mate, I think will be another one completely out the door if we go down next season. I don't think players like him will stay around. And a lot of the players that say, yeah, I'm staying if we go down, we'll see what happens when we actually go down and a big club comes in for them. We'll see what happens there. No, Levy was gone. Thank you, Scott. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought he was gone earlier than he was. Simmons had all the leverage. No reason to sign it. Could have told them to. Yep, he could have. He could have. Yeah, Rob. Honestly, I don't know. Are you British and back home in England? Trust me. You know Canada is big, obviously, from seeing it in the map and compared to the size of back home. But honestly, this country is ginormous. What seems like a long drive in England is like saying to someone, like me saying to my wife, I'm just nipping around the corner to get some milk. This country is absolutely humongous. And honestly, people like Scott M, or We Are Spurs TV, who's the next one I'm going to bring up, the next comment, big up brother, who's in America, that have been born and bred in their countries, they know their country's massive. They've grown up knowing just how big their country is. But when you come from England and you arrive here, my God, the size of this place is just ginormous. 9:50 in Connecticut, 9 months exactly. If he's out for 9 months, mate, he's actually going to be out longer than what we've actually had him for. It's madness. Oh, it's Goldbridge. Okay, cool. I mean, fair play. God knows if we do that. We are a huge country, and we have one. We are a huge country, and we have one province that is weird and makes their own time. Who is that? What's up? Wait a minute. What time zone is? What province is that? I'm gonna have to, mate. Scott. Ilana keeps getting me to do random tests at random times for when I go for my citizenship. And my God, every time we do it, and she does it at random times, I have different answers each time. I'm going to have to do quite a bit of revision when I actually do go for it and become a true Canadian. Mate, do you know what, Jonathan? This is one of the biggest questions, buddy. This is, I know with career and everything we did with AIA and Sonny, totally get that. Totally get it. Obviously, Australia with Ange and whatever, and going to see. Got to remember, Spurs have a massive fan base around the world. I get it. But they haven't been to the States and North America for years and years. I think it was since Poch. And the fact that we are Nike and they haven't said, whoa, hold your horses. There is a massive... it blows my mind. It blows my mind, buddy. It's so frustrating. That's useful. Big up, Lee. Big up, buddy. I hope you're good and well. We struggle to beat bottom teams in the pit. Correct. Let's have a look. Performance-based bonuses and clauses is exactly how it should be. I'd make it mate. One of the things I'd love to do, and I've said it before, is in the Spurs Lodge, they all are made in their own rooms to make it feel just like home. Just like home. We have the same bed, you have the same everything to make you feel more at home because, yeah, this is what these players need right now. I said if I was in charge, if I was De Zerbi or I was like, I'm taking all your beds away. You're going to start off with a bed of nails and broken glass or a Camp Z bed kind of thing, like an army, like you see in the army barracks. You're going to start with that and you work your way up to your creature comforts because it's become a spa for them. It's become a bloody spa. But Spurs are too good to go. Mate, that old good one. That old chestnut. That old chestnut drives me mad. Drives me mad, brother. based on what Facebook tells me, there is a Calgary Spurs fan, but I have no, mate, the way to do it, mate, I'll show you now as well. For anyone that lives internationally and wants to see where your local Spurs official, let me go on to, I hate going onto their website, but for you guys, I'll always, Tottenham Hotspur home, here we go. Right, let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Share screen. Tottenham Hotspur. Here we go. So now I've just got to remember where we go to. So is it on membership? So you go here where it says membership. Oh my God, the website is so... I hate this new fucking website. Membership. Oh, well done, Rob Pickering. Well done, Rob Pickering. Right, here we go. One Hotspur membership. Register your interest. Membership types. One Hotspur. No. Compare adult memberships. No. Moments that matter. Mascots. No. Okay, so it's not there. Official supporter clubs. Let's try that. Official supporters clubs. Right, there we go. So, why are you taking me to the club shop? This is just typical of this official supporters clubs. Search Lucas Bergvall. I hate this club. Supporters club contact. Let's have a look. Maybe that's what. Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord, they've even made it harder to find. Right, let's try again. Search. Official Spurs supporters clubs. Lucas Bergvall. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Let's try this again, shall we? Official. Right, let's go to the homepage and start this again. Sorry about this, people. Why have they made this website so goddamn... Actually, don't answer that question. I pretty much probably know why. Oh, come on, for the love of God. Okay. 125 years ago today, the miracle of... Yeah, you make money off that, won't you? Spurs collections, your Spurs. Spurs, one Hotspur membership, official supporters clubs. Right. Let's try this, shall we? Join a club. Here we right. It normally they've even changed and made it harder to do this. I see. Xavier, you got Adelaide Spurs. Okay, here we go. Please select continent. So what we'll get, there we go. Now we're cooking. Where's Americas and Caribbean? Please select country. Scott, this is what I'm checking for you, buddy. All right, Calgary Spurs. And then we go. Here we go. There's the chairman, Chanel Herman. Calgary Spurs, the official supporters clubs. We recognise, blah, blah, blah. We're a local community, passionate Spurs fans who come together to watch matches, share our passion, and build long-lasting friendships. Our mission, I don't know where this states anything. Oh, there they are. That's their bar. So that's Calgary. And if I go to, let me just have a look, because let's see what we say, shall we? Canada. So we've got Alberta. Never heard of Brockville. Calgary, obviously. Oh, she got Alberta and Calgary, Scott. Montreal, Nova Scotia. There's the one. There's the one that matters. There's Matt Frank, which has exactly the same. And that isn't the Scotland Yard. So I don't know what the location is for. I don't even know what that location is for, but that's where you find your official. Where, Jonathan, I'm going to keep this shared. Where exactly are you? Where exactly are you, buddy? Hotspurs have big clubs in each. Okay, so you're all under what I've got you. Please do, brother. Please do. Where exactly are you, Jonathan? It's not only relegation, it's also based on what happens in the World Cup and a lot. Yep, correct. Certain newspapers in Liverpool have been writing that Everton are interested in Gallagher if Spurs go down. Look, mate, I just don't know what we do. I just don't know what we do. Newfoundland. Oh, it's Newfoundland. Okay, Newfoundland is half an hour ahead of. Gotcha. Thank you. You learn something new every day. Why does Vinayland have the... don't get me started on that one. Do not get me started. Let me just see if Jonathan's put where he is. Has Jonathan put in where he is at the moment? Does Toronto FC have a support? No. Not that I know. Definitely not the Scotland Yard. They may have a fan base, but we are shocking, mate. Honestly, Toronto FC... the Maple Leafs, the New Orleans Saints and Spurs. I don't know what I did in a previous life. John, you're in Texas. Okay, right. Texas. Let's quickly go on to the Spurs website again, as much as I hate to. Let's go back to where we were. Back. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Where is it? Americas and Caribbean, the States. I'm sure there is a Texas Spurs. I'm sure. Let's go down to T. Load more. This used to be so much easier to. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to have to do this all the way. I've started, so I'm going to finish. Right, let's just scroll down to T. I'm sure. Wait a minute. First of all, let's just check. Is there a Dallas? All right, Dallas is in Texas. We got Dallas. Okay, we're up to the L's, up to the M's. This is the longest I've spent on Spurs fucking websites for God knows how long. P. All right, we're getting there. P. Some of these are massive. Some of these are very, very small, as in the actual amount of people they have. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to go into South Carolina. Oh, don't tell me. If you've just sent me back, I don't believe. Right. I'll check for you. But you get the general gist of it, John, buddy. You get the general gist of it. Kudos, my man. Honestly, like I said, who knows? Who knows with this? The fact, and you know what? I love that the cameras keep going on them, because the grief they get when they come up on screen at the Scotland Yard is worth it. I don't even have the audacity to turn up at home games, mate. But actually, they come to home games and they know the fans will do nothing. Jess, darling, mwah. Hope you're good and well, mate. I hope you're good and well. Shame we didn't get to the FA Cup final yesterday, but you're showing how to fight to stay up, and well played to you. They did that once with Jermaine Defoe, buddy. They did that. When they do North America, I believe, and Scott M will know better than me, I believe when they have come to America, they have come into Canada as well. But the last time I know they definitely did was when Defoe came here. But they need to come back over here. And I wish that Vinay and Land would show their faces there. Let's just say they will get it from me and understand the situation that we're in. And I'd probably have a restraining order against me on them. New Zealand has a tiny population, 3 million. There's 5 sheep to every person. Spurs are going there. It's, mate, it is what it is. Spurs are going where the money goes or whatever. I just don't get it. I clicked on a link at the Spurs website about us, and it took me to the page. Oh, mate, do you know what? If they make those Pringles and I can locate them, I don't think they'd make them anymore. They'd be way off their sell-by date. They probably taste better. Get those likes up. Yeah, listen to Dio. I don't know what the likes are. But yeah, if getting the likes up will certainly help push this channel and push this show and get into the crowds that we used to. It'd be greatly appreciative. Doesn't that symbolise Tottenham under everything is geared up to the money? Yup. Preach, buddy. There is, mate. Like I didn't know. Like Javier was saying about Spurs being the bigger main one. I thought there were branches of them. But yeah, there's an Adelaide Spurs, mate, and you can email them. If you go there, it will show you the info. It's always good to be a member of an official supporters club. Brockville, you learn something new every day, buddy. Mate, Ontario, like we were just saying about the size to Rob Palmer. Ontario is bigger than England. Ontario is just massive. This country, you cannot get past it. Doesn't that typify Spurs under Enoch, where everything is getting... Yup, yeah, you said that twice. Prez, be careful with it because I go through this one by one, mate. So it may take me a while to get to them, but I will always bring them up. We were there. We're in Texas, San Antonio. There you go. Look at Scott M is being a huge help for me today. Huge help. There is a Dallas, Houston. I think we saw. I believe they do. We Are Spurs TV, but what I think goes on with it is some of them I think have gone extinct or be discontinued, whatever you want to call it, because there wasn't a big enough community or anything in those areas to do it. No, we tried. When I tried to reach out to Ottawa Spurs, because I might have been going to Ottawa, Dietrich's let me know where people are, but they don't get back to you. They don't even have an official pub where all the people get to. I think there was a couple of pubs. So it's very, very different. I will say, and I'm very, very biased, and people have seen videos at the Scotland Yard or been to the Scotland Yard. Very, very lucky to have fallen on our feet. Or I am with Toronto Spurs, incredibly lucky. They will drop. What they drop it to will be very, very interesting. Will be very, very interesting. Although there are 4 more games in the Championship. No, 6 more games in the Championship. So they might chart. Wait, how many games are there? There's 24 teams. 23 is 46. 8 more games in the Championship. So they'll say, well, you're getting 8 more games. And I wouldn't put it past this club to do that. That's the year I got married. That's the year I got married. And I asked Jermaine Defoe to come to my wedding. I sent him a DM on all his social media. Didn't get back to me or turn up. I think he might have just been a little bit busy. There you go. Javier's just, there we go. So you used to be like us. Or sorry, we used to be like you and have chapters, but come under one umbrella. We split it. There is no umbrella anymore. It's just by province or by location. And it's a lot easier for us. Not saying it wouldn't be easier for you guys or more work, but definitely something that we've been able to improve on. And Toronto Spurs just keeps growing. Growing and growing and growing. Let's get the mood up. What's your Ethan? So we kind of had this conversation today where we had someone that's normally in this show, Ashisha, I haven't seen him yet, was like, if we stay up, we should go get Liao or Lee Kang-in. 2 wonderful players. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful players. But we wouldn't go for that quality when we were in a good position and could have enticed them. So when it says 3 main signings, we need a host. And I do mean a host of signings. I don't even know. So for instance, whether we go up or stay down, we need a whole new front line. A whole new front line. If we stay up, we need a goalkeeper that will rival Kinski or be better than Kinski because Vicario can piss off. Centre-backs. Vuskovic is ruled out. We have Dragusin, Danso, Van der Ven will probably pit. 3 is you can't. I mean, I personally can't even think of where to begin. I don't know if you can. I don't know if other people can. But it's just a clusterfuck, Ethan. It is just a clusterfuck. And 3, I couldn't even say to you what would be the 3 most important ones to get. That's how bad things are. Can't find where to get my credit refunded. What a shock! What a shock, Mike. That new website is literally just shocking. But good old Rob Pickering can praise it. If the Scotland Yard is full, they still let. We are Spurs TV. We are very, very lucky that the Scotland Yard is the official Tottenham Hotspur pub. Whenever Spurs are on, we have a massive section reserved for us. Regardless of what happens, it is ours. And there are games where they won't let anyone in if you're not a Spurs fan. And you got to remember, when we have our early kickoffs here, which are 12:30 back home, 7:30 a.m. in Toronto, this pub opens up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 6:30 in the morning for us. They literally, even in the winter, even in minus 30 degrees, they open the pub early for the 7:30 kickoffs just because of the money we bring in for them. So the Scotland Yard, even for the World Cup coming up, we're speaking with them, Matt, the chairman, and other people, that for World Cup games for any country, including Canada, Toronto Spurs will get first pick and will get allowed to make reservations before actual Canadians can, that aren't Spurs fans, to watch their country in the host nation of a World Cup. I cannot begin to tell you what we do for the Scotland Yard, what I do. When I go to the Scotland Yard a lot of the times, they have people go up to them and go, I'm here because Brian Daigle mentioned it on We Are Tottenham TV or Tottenham on Tour, wherever. They're like, Brian, whatever you drink. Sometimes when I eat, they're like, Brian, on the house. They look after us. We look after them. It is a match made in heaven. A match made in heaven. Paul, welcome to the show, brother. I don't know if I've seen your name in the chat before or forgotten it, but welcome, buddy. What brought me to Canada? My Canadian Toronto-born wife is what brought me to Canada. We got married in June on my birthday this year, 22nd of June. We'll be celebrating our 12th year our 12th year wedding anniversary. When we got married in Canada. She came and moved with me to England because I wouldn't leave. My sister had just had twin boys and I was an uncle for the first time. And I wouldn't leave them. But then an opportunity came back to move to Canada for my wife and me with Booking.com when it was still open. And if it hadn't been for my nephews being born, I would have moved here immediately. So my Canadian-born, Toronto-born and bred wife is what first brought me to this great country. And in my future, I knew I was going to pass tracks or cross paths with Scott M. And if that's not enough of a reason to join Canada, I don't know what is. If we get relegated, I'll get to watch the championship team in Sydney. Yeah, Javier, we will be able to get it here. And I've got IPTV, so wherever I am, I'd get it. But I don't know across the world where people get it. Like every single match. I don't know if the Premier League coverage, I would imagine it is the same as any country apart from England. They show a majority of the games. Premier League, Championship, I don't know. Oh, look, I love this man. Scott M, when you get to know him or you see him in chats, he is very, very blunt and very, very brutal at times and very, very honest. And sometimes we don't agree, but one thing I will never not admit is my love for this man. A very, very good friend and a top man. Spurs Patriots, big up to you. If Spurs go down, does that mean you go on sabbatical? Nope. If or when Spurs go down, and unfortunately I'm one of the ones that say when, I am doubling down on my anti-ENIC, anti-board stuff. I'm in the process with 2 other people of creating a new group against them that won't back down from anything, that won't stop until they're gone, that won't postpone, cancelling or protest for good vibes and feelings. There's going to be a lot of work going on here. I'm going to be, as I've said, international and North American protests. I'm going to try and really galvanise people, and I want people in North America to be part of it because they will protest. Russell, how many in the going to yards of the games? Anywhere between 150 to 400. Depending on the game, obviously the weather sometimes knocks people out in the winter, and getting up at 7:30 or getting to the pub for 7:30 in the morning when it's minus 25 degrees out can be a bit of a bitch. But we get anywhere from 100 to 400 or 150 to 400 without foul, minimum 150 per game, which is great. Spurs versus Chelsea playing in Sydney. Oh, is that pre-season? Is that pre-season you're talking about? Damn right, mate. Why not? Diehard Spurs fan. In Toronto. He's in Toronto. That's before and you got to remember, when I first started using Twitter, which he was very active on, the only reason I actually joined Twitter originally, in all the years that I did, was so I could stalk The Rock again with my obsession with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and watching what celebrities were saying and whatnot. I didn't understand how to use it. I didn't understand the characters' limits and all that. But I've got a very itchy nose all of a sudden. But then when I started doing YouTube and everything, it became the best tool to promote shows and do stuff. So I've only really been using Twitter properly for about 6 years. Russell, I think they give them their own section. And we talk was that about the Scotland Yard? Yeah. The Scotland Yard, the Scotland Yard are just magnificent with us. Absolutely magnificent. The heart of this club left. Yeah, look, he was the last one apart from Davies of the Pochettino era, wasn't he? That actually would start every single week and commanded respect and was a big time player for us. And now it's all gone. Wearing the Spurs badge means nothing like it used to these players. It used to really stand for something. Now it stands for jack shit, unfortunately. Javier, the club have told us they will raise the salary cap up. Sorry. I've just realised they will sign guys on frees. So of course we will. Of course we will sign players on frees. It's what we do. Or we spend big money on players like a Solanke that won't demand the big wages. People can say, "Well, look at Simmons, look at Gallagher." Yeah, but we've been waiting ages for that, and I can guarantee you spend a bit more than what we spent on them. You get better quality that will demand bigger wages over the 200k, and we won't pay it. Yeah, like I said, brother, the Scotland Yard for us are insane. Insane. Like I said to you, if you ever come over the border during the season, I'll take you to a game, come sit at my table, and it's a great day out. It's great fun. As much as it isn't a good thing, there is kind of a cool story I saw. Yeah, mate, honestly, it's... I would rather be like my dad and my grandpa and my nan and my grandma and my great uncles and my family friends that have told us the glory stories. The only thing, it's like when I speak to people and they see me at the Scotland Yard and they're like, I've had people that haven't really seen me properly and they're like, do you remember those guys that were outside the club shop and outside the training ground when they were protesting weekly? That's what we need now. Where are they? And I went, well, I'm here. And they were like, yeah, I know you're here. You're talking to me. I was like, no. I arranged those training ground protests. I was a big part of organising or promoting the protest opposite. They're like, really? And I'm like, yep, that's me. But yeah, that's the it's a sad state of affairs, brother. Bigger wage. It's the playbook 101. It's the playbook 101, Javier. When we win the Premier League, we can all look back and say, remember what, mate, do you know what? I've had this running joke, and it is a joke, and I mean this in good jest. Obviously, when you're talking about dementia and amnesia, it's a horror thing, and it's what my grandma had. And I've known, unfortunately, a lot of people that have got parents or grandparents that have now got to the age where that's setting in. And I've always said the day Spurs win the league will probably be when I've got dementia and a kid, like let's just say my nephew and niece's kids or whatever, come to me and go, Uncle, Spurs have won the league. And I'll be like, who are Tottenham? That is the luck I have. I can't see in any world us winning the Premier League or even talking about it or realistically mounting a challenge until we have new ownership and new board and football people on the board, where football is what the main priorities of this football club. I believe we can recover and rebuild. Perhaps it'll be 2031. So 2031, I will be, we're talking 5 years. Jesus Christ, I will be going on 53. Jesus Christ. And I'll still probably be doing this and going, please, Enoch, leave the goddamn... Actually, if they're still here in 6 years, I don't know where I'll be because, yeah, we'll change the subject. Let's put it that way. Spurs do well when the year ends in 1. Well, that hasn't happened since 91, brother. It's been unlucky for every year since 91, 81, 61, 51, 01, 21. Those days are gone. Mate, FA Cup finals and a Chaz and Dave song was what we lived for. Kudos, all I will say, and I've said it before, and recently, I mean this. If Johan Lang is still in charge of Spurs recruitment after the World Cup final, I will be in London very, very shortly after. And I will be outside the training ground daily and outside the stadium on match days single-handedly if I had to. I know I wouldn't be, but I have made that promise to myself that if he is still in charge after the World Cup final, then I will... the World Cup final. I will be back in London. And I didn't want to go back to London until June 2027 when it's my parents' golden wedding anniversary. But if he's still in charge after the World Cup final, I won't allow it. I will cause such chaos and pandemonium. It'll be good. Yup, he did injure his knee at 91 in the effort, mate. He got us all the way to the FA Cup final, and then the first 15 minutes, he was a raging lunatic. And his knee went, and that was that for Gazza in a Spurs shirt, really. So 1991 was lucky for the FA Cup. Mate, if we didn't win that FA Cup, mate, there was a good chance Spurs would never be about. If we hadn't won that FA Cup, we were in such financial problems. It's crazy. It's crazy when you actually think about it. It's utter madness. And you look where we are now with all the money and we don't spend it. And it could be about to get very messy and wonky. It could be very, very messy and wonky. To cheer me up, I've been watching YouTube videos of past matches. I loved watching the FA Cup. Oh, mate. John, if you want to, let me put the link in here. This was one of the very first videos VHS for people of my age and before that will remember what a VHS is. Of Paul Gascoigne. 1 second. My parents bought this for me for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you want to say as a video. This is called, let me just share this. People, I would advise if you're watching on YouTube, very quickly, if you don't want to forget, click on this link and then come back. Jonathan, you're going to love this. If you love, this is called Gaza, the Real Me. Gaza, the Real Me. Now, people, when you watch this, like I said, it's not going to be HD quality or anything because it is VHS and it was done the year after the 1990 World Cup, so the 1990-91 season. And it's all about Gaza and it's to do with the football and away from the football. But it also shows you him going back to his town in Newcastle, going to where he was first scouted, going back to Newcastle. It's just an incredible watch of Gaza. And you see Gaza away from football. And it's just brilliant. It goes up until his Spurs days, not before the FA Cup final. But that season it covers. And it is just an incredible watch. An incredible watch. Top 3 best Spurs matches to watch. Oh, mate, it depends which way you look at it. That's a great question. That's a great question. People in the chat. Top 3 matches to watch. Wow. Wow. I would say one of the games has got to be the Gareth Bale game with Inter Milan at home. The hat-trick is brilliant at the end, but he single-handedly, and I do mean single-handedly, didn't just destroy Maicon. He single-handedly destroyed Real Madrid. There's that game. There's obviously the Danny Rose goal game. And Aurelio Gomez makes 3 outstanding world-class saves, especially from a Robert Pires free kick. The FA Cup semi-final is great, but the first 10 minutes is explosive. But I'm just trying to think. Also, you've got the Southampton 6-2 in the FA Cup in 1995. You obviously got, again, the tail end of Ajax. The Danny Rose game, the Danny Rose goal, I think it's 2009-10. Let me just confirm. What year did Danny Rose score that volley against us? Let's have a look. 2010. 2010. Obviously, you've got another great game, but it's only great for the second half, is the 9-1 against Wigan. The 9-1 against Wigan was incredible to watch. If Darren Anderson had the current medical team, the lad... God, ain't that the truth, Nathaniel? Ain't that the goddamn truth? Bloody hell. That's the Gaza the Real Me for people that want to have a good watch of Gaza. Yeah, Paul Gascoigne. That man, honestly, the biggest pleasure I ever got of being a Spurs fan is seeing that man play live on multiple occasions. Nothing ever, and I'm talking Harry Kane breaking the record that I was there for against Man City. That man is just so special to me, and a lot of people like yourself, Jonathan. That man was just a magician, an absolute magician. Yeah, it was a great game. Like we said, 2010, my good man. Big up Matthew Collins. Big up to you. Was Modric in the... No, I don't think he was. was Harry Red. It might have been Danny Rowe. Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, he would have been. Absolutely. Absolutely, he would have been. Absolutely. And now I say that, it's got me double thinking. Did Modric? Yes, no, he did. He did. No, wait a minute. Yes, he did. Oh, for God's sake. In this game. I'm sure he did. Yeah, because we've got Champions League. Okay. Starting 11. Starting 11 for Spurs. B Arsenal. White Hart Lane. 2010. Gomez, Asso, yeah. The starting lineup was Gomez, Asso, Dawson, King, Bale, Cabal, Huddleston, Tommy, Huddleston, Modric, Rose, Pavlyuchenko, and Defoe. So yes. Yes. I thought that was right. I watched Spurs batter Man City at Main Road mate. That's when Naeem scored as well, didn't he? I believe. Was it Naeem? No, we had it with Gaza, but I don't think that was 93. In fact, it might. Oh, I definitely wasn't Gaza, but yeah, I remember that game. I never watched him live, but obviously, But Gaza had everything as a player, mate. I cannot begin to describe to you. I cannot begin to describe to you the joy of watching that man. The joy. People that have been to the games will know this and experience this. When players like Gaza, Bale, Ginola got the ball, no matter where they were on the pitch, the anticipation that something incredible was about to happen, that excitement in the air was just, you can't, I wish you could bottle it. Modric came to Spurs. Yeah, there we go. Thanks for the link. I wish I'd become a Spurs fan earlier in my life, even though I've only supported Spurs for a short time. Damn right, mate. Damn right. It doesn't matter when you become a supporter. They become your... It's such a tribal thing. It's such a tribal thing. That once you've got the bug, it's part of you and it never leaves you. So yeah, it always Tottenham till we die, or Tottenham till they kill us, as we say. Yep, Naeem was about. Slightly off topic. Oh, mate. There was that. I tell you what, I didn't go to the Scotland Yard for that game, and I'm damn lucky I didn't, because around that time was the closest I've ever come in my nearly 18 years of being sober to falling off the wagon. And I knew if I'd gone to the yard, put it this way, if I'd gone to the yard, they will never serve me at the yard. They will never ever serve me, no matter what. But there's loads of pubs on the road, so I could have just walked off and gone and drunk, and would have gone on an absolute session because of the first half. And the second half, I would have gone an even bigger bender for what happened. So the commentary, when that third goal went in, I ran up and down the entire road screaming, and everyone was like, what the hell is going on? But then I consumed pretty much every single thing on YouTube that was Spurs related, like anything I could find. That was a moment that obviously will live on, and we are truly blessed to be a part of. We are truly blessed to have seen. But yeah, the Brazilian commentary was just insane. I remember watching Moura watch it, and he just started crying his eyes out. That was incredible. Incredible. I even learned all the lyrics to I Can't Smile Without You, and right now, mate, do you know what? My mum, which she was or is, more was now, she but was a massive, massive Barry Manilow fan. So I knew the lyrics to that song even before I was old enough to go to Spurs and know that it was associated with Tottenham. I love that song. Love it. But yeah, it really is that part, isn't it? It really has become that part. Kudos. I started supporting in 2017 after following Spurs casually for a bit. I had no idea I'd entered at a peak. Yep. Mate, honestly, I remember going to Spurs games under Pochettino, especially that last season, the Lane, where walking to the ground, it was a crescendo of noise outside the stadium. And you just went to games. Even if you weren't going to games, you woke up on match day, we're just like, we're winning this game today. We ain't losing. We are going to steamroller them, and that'll be that. And that's all evaporated. All evaporated. I still believe, and at the end of the season, we'll be singing another man as looks like we made it. Jonathan, you've gone back to delusion again, haven't you? We were at 3. You mentioned Harry Kane and gone back to 1, and now you're at 1 star. At one actually, you've gone above deluded. You've gone to Delusion Town or Delusion Station. But like I said, everyone's got the right to feel that something's going to happen. I can't. Mate, honestly, like I said, it's, you know what it is, like I've always said, I'm the way I am because of this ownership and board and whatever. Because I've been feeling this way for 18 years and just seen it getting gradually and gradually worse. So when the way I look at things after 18 years of seeing this nonsense, I get numb to it. It's why I'm at 5 acceptance. But for people like yourself or Kudos is 2017, it's still relatively new compared to the 18 years about the board, and then the rest of the time that I've seen Spurs at least try to be successful on the pitch, like really go for things and just sometimes fail, but always going for it. It's hard. It's hard. We might have to add some new numbers for you, Jonathan. We might, if you had to create some new numbers, what would you give it? What numbers would you bring in? We got to keep positive. Any good jokes? Does anyone have any good jokes apart from saying Tottenham Hotspur or Vinay or whatever? There are some good jokes about. We can have some jokes and have some fun. I watched your game against Wolves. Brian, I watched your game against Wolves, not ours against West Ham the other night. After the capitulation of Liverpool, I said no more this season. Too disgusted. Brother, I know you are dead against David Moyes and whatnot. Mate, if you've come to watch us rather than watch your guys, that's honestly, that Wolves game was abhorrent. It was unbelievably poor. And we'll see what happens at Villa. I was Enoch out after my first year of supporting. Not sure why it took these long-time fans so long. Mate, some of them still haven't. Dear Lord. Dear Lord, brother. Let's just say I don't think we're going to win. I did say that about Wolves, but Wolves is different. And I did think against Wolves, I thought we'd put in more of a bigger surge to try and get these points and not just lethargically play. Now without Xavi and like literally no creativity, I can't see where the goals come from open play. I predict Everton will lose the 4 remaining games. Total capitulation. It will make it 6 in a row. Moyes out and Barry with him. City will batter them next week. Well, do you know what? Maybe we beat you at the end of the season, but it might be too late and have absolutely no impact on where we are. But we'll see. Update. I have been through the whole Spurs website. I cannot find a way to process refund. Just send an correct. They are mate, the charlatans. They are absolute charlatans. They know what they're doing. And like we said, Mike, and I know you were doing the video and things to bring something out. They do it because they know they could get away with it. Woo! I don't think we'll be going much longer, guys. It's 1:45. I think we'll go till 2 hours, and then I'm going to get some kip because I am starting to tire. Here we go. Stage 6, hallucinations. Stage 7, regressing into childlike behaviour. Stage 8, numb and drop. Okay, Jonathan, I'm going to add this specifically for you. We're going to add this. So when we do after Villa, what stage are you at? You're going to have more. You're going to have more. You got a bigger spectrum to run across now. That's the thing to look forward to, buddy. So you're saying we'll get Jonathan, I love everyone. I do love everyone, but Jonathan, you've always been here. You've always got great banter, and I love you, sir, and all of you. This, you, oh dear. Oh mate, we are. There's a mate. Honestly, I think by the end of the season we might have about 20 stages for you. We might have around 20 stages. It's annoying that we have to rely on the Gooners to beat. Yeah, listen, I've said it once. I'll say it again, buddy. If someone said to me the only way Spurs stay up is by the filth winning the league, then win the league. Win the league. I don't care. Our Premier League status is a lot more important than them staying in the league, than them winning the league. Yeah. I mean, I was obviously away at Everton. We do have a good record against you. We do. But then you look at our home record and it's absolutely tragic this season. I think we beat you last season. Actually, we did, didn't we? Smashed you 4-1 or something. Right at the beginning of the season. But I just can't see it this year. I just can't. But we shall see. Apparently, Villa have not had a penalty this season. Oh, don't say that. We haven't had a penalty. Can it be Dr. Villa? Dr. Villa. The battles of the penalties. We'll both get one. They'll score one. We'll miss it. I mean, who would even take our penalty? Richie, I would imagine, if he's on. Obviously, we know how poor his penalty was against PSG at the beginning of the season. I don't know. I don't know who would take the penalties. Porro, probably. Do you have any friends that support other clubs that oh mate, big time? Big time. And like I've said, Jonathan, do you know what it is? And I don't mean this about when I say we've brought it on ourselves, I don't mean us as fans have brought it on ourselves. The club has allowed this to be brought on ourselves, and we're all big to give. I've always said, Jonathan, that if we're big enough to heap criticism and the banter and grief, you've got to be man enough, woman enough to take it when it comes back at you. And we do. I've got a very, very good friend, one of my best friends in the entire world, who's not a YouTuber or anything like that outside of this. He's a gooner. And we have a 2 to 3 hour cannot speak to each other after a game, even if we're not playing each other, because things get very, very spicy. And it all started with the 4-4 game under Harry Redknapp at the Emirates. He left at 4-2. And remember, this is before smartphones. This was before the internet on the phones. You just had a normal phone that text and whatever. And I was watching it in a pub and he called me, pissing himself with laughter, going, ha, 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 4-2, 4-2. I was like, no. So I was like, why are you laughing? Why the hell are you laughing? And he goes, because we battered you 4-2, mate. You thought you were big, blah, blah, blah. I was like, Jezza, did you leave the ground early? And he was like, yup. I was like, mate, It finished 4-4. And he was like, bollocks did it. And I was like, mate, I'm telling you, if you walk past the pub, go walk in and ask what the score was. He said, all right, I'll call you back. So he put the phone down, went into the pub and sent me a message back going, do not speak to me for 2 days. He was livid. I did go, ha, 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 ha. I'll speak to you in 48 hours. But yeah, the grief we brought on ourselves. The fans, not the fans, what the club is doing, what the club represents, the way they are literally the negligence and incompetency. It's all been brought on by this club, and we're just going to have to take our lumps. Let's face it, if West Ham went down this season and not us, we will be giving it straight at West Ham. Straight at West Ham. All the grief we gave Forest over Morgan Gibbs-White taking on Ange and Marinakis. If they'd gone down, we'd be all over it, going, ha ha, Forest, you don't always win, yada, yada, yada. Brought on ourselves by the club. Brought on ourselves. That's also very, very true, buddy. That's very, very true. Yeah, mate. Look, do you know what I will say about Solanke? Solanke, you saw in the last couple of games, his hold-up play outside the box sometimes can be really, really good. But that doesn't matter because as soon as he's done that and we need to get the ball into the box, he ain't there. And even if he was there, he wouldn't put it away. It's just mad. One of my nearest and dearest from the Scotland Yard, Dave and Pam. I hope you're both good. I'm only going for another 8 or so minutes as I'm getting exhausted. But we will be going again this week. The David, mate. Yep, exactly. I still love the moderate shot that hit the post that Lennon scored from. And the genius curler. Big up MC Noodles in the house. Hope you're good and well, geezer. I've just seen the name. Chop Cheese. Here he is. Or here they are. Chop Cheese 30. Big up my guy, Brian. I can't believe the state of our club. I never imagined we would get relegated. We were plus 5,000 odds to get relegated in the beginning of the season. Mate, it's like the Leicester when they won the league, isn't it? It's like when they won the league. If someone had just put a bloody pound on it or whatever currency, it's just insane. It's just insane. This is what's happened. This is what has happened. This is what has happened. This has been allowed to go on, and seeing that fans have just allowed them to get away with it, we reap what we sow. We reap what we sow. And there best be carnage should we get relegated. I don't think there will be. But when me and the other two get our group up and running and we have our objective that is, Enoch, we're here to force you out, nothing more, nothing less. This group is one thing only. And no cancelling of crap, no putting shit off. Then we'll see. But good to see you, buddy. The sporting journey, big up to you, buddy. Remember beating West Ham 3-0 at the beginning of the season. Look, even that game, we got the job done. It wasn't the greatest performance, but it's still 3-0, and we hadn't beaten West Ham away for ages. And it was something to take heart from. And then we collapsed, obviously going on. But even that, the players looked like they were united. The players looked like they were ready for a season ahead. And then obviously what happened. Big message from the sporting journey there. I was listening on TV from start. Didn't know you was in recovery. I've been going to NAAA for 15 years, but I always relapse. MC Noodles, first of all, congratulations for the time that you are sober. If you ever need to talk, buddy, my email address is always there, or reach out to me if you follow me on social media. I will be on the 28th of July this year, 18 years sober from alcohol. It's less for cocaine, but still a long period. And and us being Spurs fans and having to battle these demons, I say for every year it should actually be like dog and cat years. It should be calling for 7. Yeah, I'm very, very public about recovery and addiction and mental health, brother. So if you ever need to talk, I'm always here. I'm always here. In fact, MC Noodle, I'm going to type my email address in again just in case you weren't about or you haven't seen it when I put it up. Please reach out to me, brother. Be great to get to know you. Be great to be able to be there for each other. Send me a message, brother. Send me a message. There's the email. I've always been very, very open. Fact, mate. Fact. Mate, like I said, every day that people got to understand with addiction, every day is a battle won. And people don't realize, like, for instance, I used to smoke cigarettes. I haven't smoked cigarettes, still vape, obviously. I haven't smoked cigarettes now for 4 or 5 years, but I didn't smoke I don't think I started smoking until I was in my mid-20s, and my mum gave up, even though I hounded her not to, or to give up because I hated it. But I always used to hate and never understand when I didn't smoke, when people used to ask for a cigarette and they go, "Oh, it's my last one," or "I'm down to 2 or 3." I was like, just give them a cigarette. But you don't realise when you're an addict, it's like, it's literally, it is such a big thing to go through. It is such a battle. And if you're ever feeling, like I said, you've just sent a message saying you're screenshotted, please make sure you do send me a message, brother. Please do. If you, I can't remember if you're in England, if you're where you are and all, but if you ever need to talk about anything to do with addiction, my dream job is I want to start making money from YouTube again. I'm not going to, because at the moment it's my only revenue source. And I want to use that money to send me to night school so I can become an addictions counsellor and give back, because the only way I gave up wasn't through Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. I literally went to a counselling group where I got seen once a week, twice a week, sometimes more. And it was from recovering addicts that have literally lived there, been through it. And it is the best. If it hadn't been for them, I wouldn't be where I was. So I want to give back. But if you're ever in need of a chat, even if it's Spurs, brother, I am here for you always. There's my email again. Cheers, Russell. And if that's to MC Noodles as well, yeah, big up to MC Noodles for speaking out and sharing that he's in recovery and for what he's going through and the achievements he will make and has made. Spurs 5 dinner predictions, and Lubo and Sean had Spurs survive. Look, I don't listen to a lot of Spurs channels anymore. I just don't. I'm like, I'll do Tottenham on tour. We are Tottenham TV, my brothers that I love dearly. I watch not always live, but I'll always watch every day what they've done. I just look, fair play to anyone that thinks we may stay up. Fair play. I just can't see it. I cannot see it. And then we'll see. We'll see. Come on, we do recovery. Come on. Thank you. I forgot about. Listen, it's been so long when I went on my YouTube break. I don't even know what this hype thing is. What is this hype thing on YouTube? And listen to Phil and please hype. That would be great. That I don't know what it is, but it sounds great. First of all, Sporting Journey played. That's an incredible achievement. 24 years. That's incredible. Like I said, I'm hitting 18 very soon. Big up to you, buddy. Big up to you. At the moment, this is my only vice, and I can't give it up because struggling for work, struggling financially, and the pressure it comes with. Spurs, mental health up and down. I need a vice. And believe me, this is the less of evils. Yes, it's not good for you, but it hasn't got the chemicals and crap that's in cigarettes. But fair play to you, my friend. I thought you were England, brother. I thought you were. Yeah, message me, email me, and then we'll get talking. Mate, the cigarettes in England used to be so cheap. Or not. But now, even when I go back, it's sodding ridiculous. It's sodding ridiculous. Anyway, we have hit the 2 hours, people. I am going to use this opportunity to go back to bed. Go to bed. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, day, whatever you're doing. I wish you nothing but good health and happiness. And we will go again one day this week. And I will leave with my four catchphrases, which is Rob Pickering, bam bam ba. Website's never been so good, so good, so good, so good. Lange, piss off. The biggest word you've ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilistic fuck off Venkatesham. And as always, Enoch out. Talk.